Alright, so we're back ahead. Quick pause.
One of us just.
Alright, so the ox is telling you that a man, like pretty generic, but long red hair, kind of just beat the hell out of Talon originally. And then, okay, so your next question, sorry to pick up on a weird spot and pick off.
So, what exactly happened to your owner after that?
She
Did you
dragged
see
him
where
away,
it went?
and then he was gone.
Did they drag him to the water?
I think, and he kind of like looks up. He's like, she pulled him out in hiding. And she kind of like he like aims over towards like the water, like towards the water spout. Somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. A person came out of the box, and Atok will look over to Felton and Sylphum and give the nod of affirmation. Like, as in, we'll talk about that part later. And handedly beat the owner, and seemed to have dragged him over to the water spout.
I would ask to describe the attacker.
I'll get more information about that later. Did anyone else come out of the box?
It was one fighter.
Only one person.
Yes.
There's only one big box, or there's several?
There's one big box. A lot of the smaller little ones. She came back a few times to pick up some things from the crate.
Probably
They came
weapons.
back and seemed to have picked up something from the crates. Varying supplies of some sort, it seems.
Maybe weaponry. Potions, even.
Were they shiny metal objects, or...
Hard to remember. Lots of things you carry are shiny.
Alright.
Ask if they had anything pointy and scary.
Lots of pointing.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
lots of
Remember,
pointy,
he doesn't
scary
know.
things. Did you see them at all with a different set of clothes? Like the ones this fellow was wearing? And Atok will point towards the guard. Gilliam.
Kind of looks over. No pointy sticks. No shiny clothes.
Alright, so it seems like they didn't have disguises. At least
But
from...
check in case they have something masking.
Maybe they had different disguises. Ooh, ask if they heard any weird mumbling or hand gestures. Spells being cast?
That is very complex for Nox to understand.
Okay.
But you can ask.
Well, did fingers go weird ways? Right. Did he see big colorful poofs?
I'm pretty sure to Ox
Hey,
everything
Felton,
we
can
do
you
looks
give a
weird.
demonstration? Oh, sorry.
I believe it look weird regardless, but I'll just do
The ox just kind of
Just,
staring at your hand gestures.
minor. I'll just do presentation a bit of just.
Did
minor.
they happen to do anything similar to what this one just did? Giving off a weird energy of any sort?
I don't know. Humans
Don't
do
know.
weird things.
Ooh,
Lots of stuff
ask
with
if-
hands. Some things knock people unconscious. Some things turn things invisible. Some
Wait,
things
was
make
anyone
me hurt.
unconscious? Was anyone unconscious? You said something
Well,
like people
I already
unconscious.
mentioned his master got bonked and dragged away.
Got handily defeated and knocked out.
Oh. Did you give us a description already? What did the color? Anything else on it or not?
The ox has not given away any kind of colors. You can't see it in colors. I think oxes are colorblind. I'm gonna Google that.
I actually don't know that either, but we do at least know the information with the ponytail, or Atok does. That said, would I be able to link up any of the information I've gotten into a check to see if I could tell what affiliation they might be?
So far you really just heard of like long hair, like similar to an ox's butt, and some just like they're not wearing armor, and they weren't carrying any sticks. So like it's kind of like I don't really know how you can put association to it.
Sorry, just step in here, but oxen can see all colors except red.
Ooh.
Why can't they see red?
No clue.
Wait. So you're telling me luchadors were like fucked with the ox with the red capes? They couldn't see the red capes?
That's what I
Yeah,
thought
they are
too.
only
They
attracted
would see-
to
they-
the
they-
actual
they-
moving
Movement.
thing.
Yeah, the red had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, apparently they lack the red receptors and can only see yellow, green, and
Green,
violet.
blue, and violet has been ironically.
We've been told lies from Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah, many lies. Most of it propaganda against the Hitler.
All right, so any other questions for the ox?
Ask
Do
if
any of
they
you have
were
any more questions?
clothed in dark clothing.
Hmm,
Were the clothes they were wearing darker?
More like one color. Ask if they were like one
more
color.
Yes, they are one dark color like night.
Ah, they went full ninja.
Well, ask them, did they look like you, Felton, or more like your skin, or more like a Gerudo skin?
Oh, it's a yeah.
Do you think they will be
Oh,
able
mine
to
is,
tell faces?
I might as well check because I can literally just check this. It's actually a good question for Jim. Do you have a good idea how a Gerudo looks?
Is that to the ox?
No, do I know?
I would assume. That's more on you for your backstory if you feel like you would.
It's because if I know my theories correctly, I think it's like similar heritage, so I might have seen a picture too. So
Yeah.
I would just try it out, and I'll use my racial and just wave my hand past me and invoke my racial of disguise self to make myself look like a Gerudo.
All right.
And if I can, in dark clothing.
All right. So as you can completely transform yourself into what you'd believe a Gerudo, Ox just kind of looks at and is like, "People look the same. I look familiar, but you look familiar before too."
Fair enough.
Were the clothes similar?
They dark like clothes.
Are you saying all dark-skinned people look the same, Ox?
To me.
I
quite-
Do all cows or all ox look same to you?
Question: how does the guard does he freak out at true temperature?
As you confirm, he's just kind of like just eyes open, stared, like he's excited. He's never seen like this is the most exciting thing he's ever got to witness, being a guard.
Then I dismiss it once. Apparently, there's nothing about it. All right.
So then, any other questions any of you might have?
Oxen already mentioned the direction they went up the water grid, right?
From what we
the
could
ox
deter-
point kind of
yeah.
gestured over towards it. He kind of like realized it.
I think the only question you could ask is, did the person in the crates enter before or after? Like, the Oxen ever saw this person climb into the crate. Or just climb out.
I don't think so. Just come out.
Oh, then very easy question. Were you there while they were loading? Or you just came in and started pulling?
I just pull.
There you go.
Yeah, so seems like we at least got a good actual track down now, though. Thank you very much. You will be going back home with the little girl later. I'll be sure to.
The young one of the master.
I'll be sure you get another helping of food. But thank you very much. It seems like we actually have a set goal now and an actual path to follow. Felton, Sylvan.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Your thoughts so far?
Oh, this ironically does put in together the perspective that our favorite politician has brought friends.
Weren't we always
Can't-
expecting that?
Well, he's the king of who? He's the lord.
All it does is confirm our theories.
What is most
Well, we should-
distressing is that from the description it's a dark clothing. I don't know about you, my friends, but for me it sounds
So the guard.
We can't say anything for certain as of right now. We do have something we can go after, but we should at least inform the captain that our investigation has gone this way.
Shall we first check the pipes in case there's an unconscious man in there?
The pipes. So Gillum will kind of speak up. The pipes do lead up to towards the garden. It's where the water flow comes out. I have to make sure you guys can gain access to it.
Well, regardless, I don't know how much you heard of our old conversation, but apparently, description is, as the delivery was going on, someone knocked out the, someone knocked out the milkman, changed into dark, rogue's armor, you might say, and dragged the unconscious man through this pipe.
Yeah, that's not good. The
It
princess
is not.
spent most of her time in the garden, so we will have to search pretty heavily.
I think the god captain would probably be the person you want to inform right now.
Yes.
Do you want us to stick around here, or
No. If you
do
guys
you want us to report to her?
Yes. I think it's best you guys come with me. We can get through the guard station then, and
Lead the way.
we'll kind of lead out that way. All right. So we went through this pretty diplomatically. I am going to. The guards are gonna have. You're gonna have your Gillum's trust at least, and he's gonna kind of escort you through the gardens.
That is the best way we can do it, diplomatically. This is also the best way to gain trust. Honesty.
The sad news is, I built this wonderful maze for you guys to get through the gardens. But Gillum is going to. Gillum's going to kind of escort you guys all through it. You guys had
Alright.
such a beautiful map and stuff, but now you guys are just kind of getting leaned over towards there. So Gillum kind of lean you up through the garden. You will take notice. Who was it? It was Felton, right? Who got the map earlier.
Mhm.
You do know that you are in the Great Fairy, like where the Great Fairy Fountain has been, like leaned out towards. You guys. Oops. You guys will be able to kind of see through and see like the whole fountain area. But Gillum will kind of push you forward and kind of following along.
All right. There's a regular maze in here.
Yes. It's quite a beautiful little area. We know it pretty well now, but
Most exquisite.
and with it, you will see. I don't have her token for some reason on here, but you will notice the princess with Impa, her guard, kind of like in the garden area. The guard will quickly bow, like kind of kneeling before her.
Follow the same. Just do a bow as well.
It's like, my princess, sorry to disturb. We are looking for Impa. And she'll kind of like, and instantly, as you guys kind of all like make eye contact, you guys will all you'll kind of see a flash of bright energy coming from her. The guard doesn't seem to pay much attention to it, but in a straight moment, you guys all share together a vision. You guys all see Hyrule Castle quick, burning. All of which you guys can see a man in dark clothing. You see Ganon holding 3 pieces of the Triforce. And from there, you guys quickly kind of just shake out of it after seeing each other. Your hands all begin to glow. And each of you guys share, you guys each have the Triforce glowing from the top, the left to the right. Each of you sharing different piece, and you'll see Princess Zelda's hand kind of glow fully. But yeah, good. The guard doesn't really pay much attention to it. It's like Impa will eventually kind of gesture out and come out this way and say Gillum, what brings you and why are you bringing strangers to our princess unguarded? And he'll kind of go in. They'll have a little minor discussion. This is it was meant to come see you. I'm so sorry. I knew you'd be around here, but this is very urgent. If we can have a moment. These adventurers have found some many clues, and I think you should hear this. Zelda will quickly rush up to each of you. Lady Impa, if possible, I would like to speak to these adventurers alone for a moment as well while you're discussing. Impa will just quickly look at you and just my lady, I can't just leave you unattended. Yes, I understand. But you'll be right there, and I don't know how to describe it, but I have full trust in these people for the moment. But the guard and Impa will just step away a little bit, but they're within 10 feet roughly of you.
Mostly because he's tall.
Well,
out of respect.
Hello there, young princess.
Hello. I really didn't expect to see you guys all so quickly. I kind of was aware of your coming. I was told, I've had visions of your appearance for some time, and I honestly thought it was just kind of a dream.
Well,
Yes, the past few days have felt like a dream.
It seems that we've been chosen to aid in preventing what current vision we just saw, and potentially something worse.
Yes. We've been sent here by the great Dekuchi to stop the impending forces of... And then I'll lean over to the party.
We need a new name
Anyway.
for him. We need a new name for him.
Anyway.
Man.
Just go Voldemort treatment. The one who shall not be named.
So, yes, him.
Yes.
It's no secret that I, I definitely don't trust him. I begged my father, I've told him my dreams, and he swears that this is the right path to diplomacy and that this is the right choice to trust him and build up our relations. But he has ill intent. I have no doubt in this.
You are very wise and likely very correct. The way we've been brought in here, we are suspecting his followers' foul play is already at hand. Someone in a rough, potentially Gerudo disguised, all in black, is potentially already in the castle. So keep your guards close.
I will.
Those that you can trust.
I
Yes.
trust Impa with my entire life, and I know her, and she barely leaves my side. As you can see, she kind of just over. Like, the guard and Impa are kind of like done talking. They're standing a respectful feet away, but she has her hand on her blade, just watching.
Shoot.
I'll like
Should
look
not
over
be
and wink at
involved in this
Impa.
Unamused, will stare back at you.
Should she not know of this as well? Or does she not share your visions?
She does not share my visions, but she trusts me and my calls and my vision. She trusts my visions as well, and she is also wary of this, but she has sworn to protect me, and she'll take action when need be. That's great, the shack.
Should we tell her as well? It would probably ease her conscience as well.
Impa, please join us. Gillum, thank you for your service. Please return to your post. Yes, I'll have full alert and surveillance in the castle. And gentlemen, it was a pleasure watching you work. And you'll start to march
You're good.
kind of off.
You're a good man. Keep on doing what you're doing.
All right, so you guys will get to. So she'll kind of gesture over for Impa, and Impa will join. So these are the three that you had your visions with, I assume. And Zelda will quickly kind of just explain the situation and kind of go over it all, and like, yes, this, like, they're to be trusted. Each of them are to share I've shared my visions and seen each of them. Well, I can't say that I'm definitely a little shocked by it's quite a group, not quite what I expected, but who the goddesses have chosen their champions, I see. It's no secret that Ganon have had evil intentions in the past, and we don't really quite trust them yet either. I
then
expect him to try. We've expected for some time that he has been after the spiritual stones.
something like that might be already in the works. As one of the main reasons we've even been allowed this meeting is we're investigating. Well, originally it seemed like a very small issue of the castle's missing milkman. Turned out that someone used delusion to sneak into the castle and is currently somewhere at large within the walls. Description is potentially a Gerudo in a black rogue's suit.
Alright. That will have to wait, unfortunately. It'll be on my priorities, and I'll have my guards searching around, but it might be difficult.
Should we continue following the path? Because it seems that at least the milkman has been taken up the waterways from the kitchen unloading area and followed the watery path into the gardens as well.
I can give you full access to the gardens once we're completed with here. My main concern for you guys, if you are who you say you are, and the princess seems to think you guys are, I'm more concerned on getting a hold of these stones, as the princess has told us that is probably more important. Ganon's plan is true, where he wants to steal the Triforce. He needs access to the Sacred Realm, and those stones are the way to do it.
So, if I am understanding this correctly, you're sending us on a quest to recover the sacred stones.
Yes. Before Ganon gets a hold of them, I feel like that might be our best opportunity, and the princess seems to think that's his plan, and I'm inclined to believe her.
And you shall remain here and protect the princess?
I will, with my life. Just as
Well,
I've always done in my ancestors.
If anything were to
That
go
said,
awry,
us going alone probably is not the best idea. We were recommended to try to find trustworthy allies. We already know that.
I don't believe this is a difficult situation. If we have somebody in the guard that could possibly be a spy, giving them full knowledge of what we're planning on might not be the greatest. Giving you a royal authority to investigate and get these stones can be treated as an act of war against Ganon, where he might not trust us.
Well, you don't need to let anyone know that you sent us. We've only been seen by a few people. Maybe we collected the stones of our own volition. We could be like a secret team of operatives. You don't need to employ anyone from the guard or inform any of them.
That is definitely my thoughts. I think keeping you guys under the radar, just as a group of adventurers, is probably at our best interest.
What is a radar?
Our sentries. And I think that might be a good option.
We could be on a mission for the princess on finding some particularly rare gems or flowers, even. No one would
considering
question.
the fact that our
No one would question if we're on a mission for simply wishes of the royal family.
I think that might be a good way to start. I can teach you something that will help you gain favor and show that you are part of the royal family, in the sense of you are working for us. But also, what should we call you guys? Do you guys have a name? What are your little group?
Yes. Oh, I don't think we have yet formed the name for the entire group.
it would be nice to actually have some prestige about our name, whatever we choose.
But
Probably
for the first
something we need to
spot,
think
I
about.
am Felton, a Twilly from, well, the Shadow Realms.
Well, Impa will kind of look over and is like, I've already had my research from you all. I know you of Sylvan. I know of you of Atok. It is quite a pleasure to meet you all. But I have anybody who would step into the castle grounds, I already know. I had to see you in person to really gain that trust and see you, but judging by the princess's stare as you guys entered the room, I am pretty sure you are who you are. You were sent by the great Deku tree, yes?
Yes.
We heard a message from him some time ago, but haven't heard back. Is he
He's unfortunately at the very twilight of his current life.
She'll look really disappointed at that, and she's like, I see. He was a good ally. I am sure he will be, and so I'm assuming then you do have the stone.
The one for the Dicker tree.
Yes.
Belton? I believe that was
Yes.
the one you were holding on to.
Yes, right here.
And we're at a good start. And 2 more remain. We'll have to replant that once we've accomplished our mission to bring him back. But I will. In the meantime, I can teach you. I'll teach you the song of our people, of the royal family. By playing this, this will give you access and prove that you are connected with us. She'll kind of. What questions do you have for me, though? In the meantime.
Where? Oh, to be easy, the first question: where is Canon right now? Is he still here?
He is. He is at the other side of this castle at the moment, being watched by one of my advisors, along with being protected by several of his Gerudos. And my guards are kind of at the king's side as well. There is another who stands by the king as I stand by the queen or the princess. We are both skilled warriors and able to defend him in case anything comes down.
Does he have anything that works as a mediary or attends to his wishes that goes outside, well, where he is? Like an assistant or a servant specifically for him?
Funny you should mention that. There is another Twily that accompanies him. That's why I found it strange that you were here as well.
Twilly?
Yeah, a wizard named Zant is his name.
Do you happen to know of them?
Out of character. Do I know this name?
You're part of the royal. Your background, you had royalty, correct?
No, I'm of a specific clan of crafters.
Okay.
Felton's brother.
Would it be a history check for me, maybe?
I would say it's less history though. It's more of just like knowing the royal family.
Well, since it is, I believe, a council-run monarchy, I would probably at least know the names.
Yeah, you might be able to pick up on the name then. I would say, like it could sound familiar to you, as a counselor, but yeah, he is not part of any royal family necessarily, but he was sent as a designate. It's hard. I don't think you would really know of him.
Would it be a history check just to know?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out how much I actually want to reveal to you.
That's a no.
But no, with that I would say you're not really quite sure because he's got his own background, but you wouldn't know of him.
But is he at least of the ruling body?
He was not.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I've heard of him, but too little.
He is quite the strange one, but he's an attendant of Ganon.
It's a bit peculiar. Well, sorry, it's we as Twilly are quite attuned to arcane and illusion, so just finding out that they'll use illusion to sneak into the castle is interesting to hear.
Yeah, it definitely keeps us on alert, and we'll be notifying the king that there could be something in the midst. But as you can tell, this is definitely pressing times, and the king fears war above all else. I'm not quite happy with how things are going in this. That's why we need this advantage. If we can block off the Triforce again from getting the Triforce before, or if we can get our hands on it first. I feel like we're at a basic arms race. He won't attack us while we're more powerful, and we can keep him at bay with that as well. I fear what would happen if he gets his hand on this first.
Of course.
So,
And
Princess will kind of come down. It's like, so you three, I'm like, we can get you. I guess we need you to get passage with the Gorons and the Zora in order to claim the other 2 gems that we need. She'll kind of like get and like write down. It's like, I can give you this as a, I can give you this as a. Hopefully, to allow you to get access without having to really tell that you're on official business, but. She kind of just hands you guys a note with the princess's seal on it. And on that note, it says, I give these 3 permission to save the world.
I smile at it. And...
I don't think that's... You know what? And I'm just gonna smile and nod and just... I think this note works fine.
What should we call you again?
We are the Phantom Troop. The Mystery Gang. The Power Rangers.
The Phantom Troop, the Power Rangers.
I feel like we need a more adventurous.
The Legends of Zelda.
Cool down there, my friend.
Link. The Super Smash Brothers.
They're just kind of like, what,
The Mighty Three!
The Mighty 3, alright.
We'll workshop it.
Trademark pending.
For now, we'll call you we'll call you Sylvan Felton and Atok. If we can, we'll try and find another name. We'll find a name for you to be known of. That way, we can give you our blessing of of Hyrule, and you can be part of us.
We can be fast! We need a T at the end. Fast!
Silly.
We can be fast!
The Face Clan. Oh god.
Fast!
We'll have to definitely workshop that.
Alright.
With the Faz clan. Faz! That works?
Well, we'll definitely need to talk about this.
Or we could be Saf? Aphesis? Asifil?
Alright.
I think
Impa kind of rolling her eyes at this and just kind of shaking her head. And it's like, and Zelda will just be like, I like Saf. So, Impa will be like, so, again, I can give you, I wouldn't waste too much time here in the gardens looking for the milkman. We'll be looking for him as well. My priority for you is ultimately getting, my priority for you is getting a hold of those stones as quick as possible. Ganon is planning on leaving here in about a week, so we don't have much time. I don't know. He's on a time limit as well. We've been with him for some time, and these peace talks have gone on long enough. I don't know what is happening in Biting Town, but if we can get him, if we can get this within the week, then that'd be better. Otherwise, he'll be leaving the castle ground, and it'd be harder to keep an eye on him.
That does make it a bit of a time constraint, but us being prepared for anything that might try to get in our way of getting the stones. It'd be best if we were prepared for it. Felton,
Yes.
you thought that the Great Fairy was actually within the
I can point you the way.
Royal Gardens?
I could point you the way. I've done my own investigations.
Well, if the Great Fairy is what you want to see, I can take you to it. And also, I know of another Great Fairy up on top of Death Mountain. If you decide, if you are heading over towards the Gorons next, that might be a good stop. Being able to receive a second fairy's blessing would definitely be beneficial.
Anything could help us, definitely. It's in Death Mountain.
All right. So, Impa will, before you guys start moving down, Impa will teach you guys the Zelda's Lullaby. So this song gives you the blessing of the royal family. It will teach. It does have its magical properties. She's like, if you ever to learn to harness the actual magical properties of this song, then it can come in great benefits. Otherwise, in the meantime, this will at least prove that you are blessed by the family, and that you are part of us. And she'll teach you the song, and I'll add this to your list.
Question: which one of us can actually perform on Ocarina?
Well, I do have proficiencies with.
Yes.
Never mind.
Alright, so in order to master the song, you must spend a downtime to practice it. Person tries the song and fails, may cause mayhem for the party, either long-term or short-term. It does give you several different hidden, it does help you find special doors, dispelling illusions, allowing safe passages. If you play this and fail, though, it can cause people to see you as an imposter or a spy. So it's kind of like a reverse charm person on failure, and it will, on success, it can help reveal secrets and rewards.
Oh.
Alright, well, if that is true, then I believe that maybe we should hire a bard. Because I don't want to fail playing the song and then get killed. That wouldn't be a good look.
Well, question is, does anyone actually be able to perform anything?
So you don't actually have to use an ocarina, by the way. That you can learn the song and play it on anything. So if you have any other musical instrument thing, it can be anything. You just have a magical ocarina.
Can we beatbox it?
My friend, I believe you need lips for that to beatbox.
So to kind of recap on how this works too, with the fairy ocarina is just magical in the sense of you can learn songs that will give you instant effects in about 6 as an action. So instead of you having to play a full song to do something, you're able to play the chorus of the ocarina and just gain the magical benefits from that. It'll kind of come into play a little bit more as you learn different songs, but they're just different. The songs are basically just spells.
Yeah, group-wide spells, performance spells.
Yes. All right, but in the meantime, too, Impa will guide you out into the maze, bring you back down towards the fairy fountain, and she'll kind of walk over towards it. Any of you want to try your luck?
Sure, you mean try your luck?
That song. It's the way to gain the fairy's blessing.
Alright, I might as well try it.
Alright, give me a performance check.
Alright, so it's just flat charisma for me. And, here we go. Nope. Still a 9.
Alright.
Oh.
Sounds pretty bad. She'll kind of laugh a little bit, and she'll teach it, and she'll kind of help you out a little bit, and kind of just like, all right, listen.
Should I try again?
She'll kind of give you a little bit of a guidance. So add a D4.
Okay, guidance. All right. So try again with a D4 with
Yes.
guidance. Okay. Let me just tag on guidance. There we go. Performance.
Hey!
17 total.
All
Nice.
right. From that, you'll start to see the waters start to shake, and it's out of literally nowhere. The water from the fountain, a large fairy will appear, just laughing out and just kind of jetting out. I'm like, oh, my lady Impa, my princess, who are these handsome young men you've brought me?
I am Felton. These are my friends.
Ooh,
Introduce yourself.
you're not looking too bad yourself, young lady.
Oh, you.
Flirt.
Now, what can I do for you here?
Well, there are a lot of things you can do for me, but I feel like there's something that we need.
What do you need?
Well, Felton, why don't you go ahead?
We are on a mission for the royal family and for many beings out here that live. We are hoping to receive your blessing, O great fairy.
Oh, yes, I can definitely do. Such young adventurers need to make sure they perform at optimal levels.
Looks over at Felton.
Just go with
Oh
it.
boy.
So, she'll kind of like, I can grant you power. My sisters will grant you wisdom and courage. But among that, I can untap your hidden potential. It's a big one. She will kind of like just guide you over, and she'll, with a gesture of her hand, you seem very powerful in the art of magic. This one might be more beneficial for you. Oh, that's nasty.
We're becoming Pokemon.
Alright, so she will give you a blessing of Din's power herself, and I'm going to show you this. You guys have, one of you can hold on to this, and you have you have the power to cast Din's fire now.
So I already have really big fire abilities. Does someone else want to take it?
Sure. On the ground, a point, then rises. I'm pretty sure I have one of the highest DCs in the currently at the party, so I'll grab that.
Yes, so it goes
Yes.
off the spell save DC, yes, that you currently have. It does require a small piece of phosphorus in order to be cast, but other than that, it's a pretty
have a
powerful spell.
Component pouch, so I believe that covers it. I'll just
Yeah, as long as it's not consumed. Still.
Nope, it's all it takes. And then as far as her blessing, she will also increase a one. You can add 1 to a skill point of your choice.
a skill point, as in I can
And
get a
then,
skill.
like, so you can add like to one of your stats.
Oh, well, +1 to a
okay.
stat.
+1 to a stat.
While holding, or this is just all of us getting this blessing?
Each of you get one +1 to your stats as she's kind of unlocking your potential.
Oh.
Alright. Is there a way to put temporary +1s? Because I don't want to fuck up my entire, thing.
Yes, I believe.
Like, can I mark it as a temp bonus, or
It's a permanent bonus for you.
Oh, for real?
It is
Yeah, you get a
permanent.
permanent +1.
In case you really want
should
to
I-
make sure it's separated, you can actually go to your cog, and there's actually pluses near all of the stats. You can actually add bonuses if you want to separately.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Or you can
Yeah.
just make, or I'll simply add an entry to the sheet saying, Great Fairy Blessing.
Dude, should I max out my charisma or get my strength to 18?
What is your charisma? 19?
19. So for both of them, it'd be a +1 change, but it's like, do I go for the +4 or do I go for the +5?
Yeah, that is sort of a hard decision. A lot of your abilities, as of right now, don't really rely on your charisma because your subclass and stuff like that. Hitting harder is better, but it really depends since we are coming up to the 5th level mark and 6th level, so
I'll take
Paladin Aura.
I will say each of the Great Fairies will give you one of these plus blessings too, so you can properly plan it out. There are 3 Great Fairies that you know of.
Ooh, that means I could round out my 2 main stats and take feats for the rest of the game. That is actually really great. Thank you.
So, just so you guys can plan accordingly, I want you guys to be able to play how you want.
You know,
Thank you.
I feel that's something I'm going to steal and put in my game almost immediately.
I like it's a while before when I ran this my first time, the biggest complaint I had was like there was such a long gap before people leveled, so I wanted to always make sure that if you guys and I felt like you guys did a lot to get to this point, so I just wanted to give you guys something extra.
Dalton did a lot of good work.
Yeah,
like, a lot.
I don't really mind leveling as long as there's other ways to gain like skills, proficiencies, and things.
Yeah, and that's how I've always played. Like you can learn things and use your downtime to kind of gain bonuses and stuff too.
Right.
Just in case if no one's minds it, I'll put Jin's fire towards myself.
You can take it, yeah.
Do I have to have it like out when I'm using this, or is do I absorb it?
The picture is just for like display to it, but like it's the you've basically learned how to cast it, and just as long as you hold that little like gem to it, anybody can cast it.
All right.
Does the gem count as an arcane focus, or does he have to switch out specifically?
It would count as an arcane focus to cast that spell.
Okay.
All right, I'll work it into my glove.
Oh yeah, shit, that is a thing you can do. Oh, sorry. Curse. Sorry.
So you just have a glove switching between arcane focuses, or
Well,
is it like
one is I keep some of it in. For example, I have another which is in the palm has the 50 gold diamond for the
Chromatic
specific. Yeah, for chromatic orb.
that makes sense.
Kind of like Iron Man blasts. With different flavors.
Take Artificer for armor.
I don't need it. I can just pull it off with a wizard and the sewing kit.
I'm actually playing an armor artificer in my other game. Anyway.
So I'll just, when I have time, I'll simply work into my clothing. It can actually become that bauble that I have. Actually, yes, my arcane focus is literally that bauble hanging off my clothing. I'll just replace that.
All right.
It is literally tied to my belt.
So from here, then you've received the fairy's blessing. Impa and Zelda are kind of like, what do you guys want to do from here? Do you guys like Impa and Zelda kind of refer you to like, don't worry so much about the milkman as much. We'll handle it from there. Or if you guys want, you can keep exploring the castle or go in the Hyrule town. Or if you guys want to start heading out, I'll leave that to you.
Well,
Well, it seems we've got our mission and I don't have anything left here. I've gotten these cocaine potions.
I did hand them out, by the way, right? I haven't just been stockpiling the coke for a while. That'd be kind of weird if I did.
purely out of a little bit of just camaraderie towards potentially a person in trouble. Just a little bit of a small investigation to maybe we can find where the milkman's tied up.
that or at least see where the spies seem to have exited into the castle.
Considering it is probably a man who's not eaten or drinking since yesterday, tied up somewhere in the castle. God knows when found.
So, if you guys start exploring out where the area was, I will say so. For the sake of time, a little bit too.
We will simply quickly track, because there's only a specific path they would go, and I'm pretty sure since this is mostly actual garden, it's probably drag marks.
Yes. So
We could
that's
find where
for
the man
for the
went.
sake of time, I do feel like you guys will be able to find him pretty easily because you guys managed to investigate the area very well. Impo will show if you ask. Impo will show you where like the waterway was, and eventually you guys would be able to kind of like see the pathing and like kind of where he was put off. You'll see the rustle of like the bushes, kind of.
Okay.
Brunk?
Hello.
Brunk has died.
There we go.
Hello?
Air
I'm
for
I'm here.
Okay.
Alright, did you lose all that, or where did I leave off?
Let
You
us
see
the
the bushes
garden.
rustle.
Yeah, the bushes rustled.
Okay, so like you guys would be able to kind of find from where he was you find the pool of water, like the pond that's kind of going throughout the garden, and as you would kind of start searching around in in that area, you'll see the bushes kind of like bent and damaged and stuff, and in that area you would find the unconscious Talon, just in the bush. Impa will kind of quickly call for the guard. But as they're all rushing over to him, she'll nudge at him and quickly awake. What in tarnation? Oh. Water.
Are you quite alright, sir?
Give him some water.
No.
I'm gonna
give
pull
him
out
water.
one of the good berries that I have on me, and I'm just gonna shove it just right down his throat.
You should be good.
Juicy.
You should be good.
Juicy.
That only feeds you, doesn't defeat the quench. So here's some water as well.
He'll bite into it and drink some water, and like Impa will lean over. Is like, what happened? I don't know. I was attacked, and that's all I remember. It was
Bye.
some strange woman. Like, I mean, some man, tough man, strong man.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's just.
Was he
Quote
blue? I mean,
quote
did he
unquote-
look like this man?
And I'll point to Felton.
What did he look like?
I saw a mask, long red hair, and yeah, that's about it. I didn't he was too quick on me and attacked, and I don't know.
You said her before.
I mean, like, he had really pretty eyes. I'm assuming it was a man because look how strong I am, and I wouldn't get taken down so easily.
Or you've simply been bested by, as far as I know, some of the best warriors out there.
That's possible too. I mean, if I did get beaten up, it was probably by one of the best warriors ever.
There we go. And that unfortunately
He or
drops into
she
the.
had long red hair and like a purplish clothing, and it just happened really quick, and he or she jumped me.
All right. So that kind of solidifies it. Kind of nod to Impa. It's likely a Gerudo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Gerudo. She kind of like just face palms herself a little bit. Fuck. All right. I'll need to figure out our next turn of events for this. If the Gerudo are infiltrating, that will. I gotta tiptoe around this. I gotta figure out what to do. You can kind of see her puzzled in a sense. Young princess, stay with me at all times, please. If you don't mind, I have some work to do in the meantime.
We will begin our journey.
Please, get those gems as quick as possible, and don't let anybody know what you're doing. I will send word to the King Zora and to King Darunia to try and give you a little bit of heads up. Do not trust a guard in their rooms. Do not trust anybody in the path. Do not let them know what we are doing. If you are not speaking directly to those two kings, don't allow anyone to enter.
Understood.
I guess that begs the question, though. Which should we head towards first? I believe the Goron might be one of the better ones to
They both
reach
have
to,
their
since we already.
advantages. I know of the Great Fairy up at Death Mountain that might be beneficial, so you could probably hit 2 with 1 in one area. However, the Zoras are definitely a powerful ally as well. I don't feel like you can go wrong either way. Know that you are not necessarily alone, and that song I taught you, if you hear it, that is probably one of the smaller ways of trust if it's coming from a magical source.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be your deciding, like a good deciding factor if you can trust somebody. I mean, obviously anybody can learn a song, but the magical energy that it represents, it's a good tell that they're on your side.
Nod. Just to...
If we are going about as for a cover as an adventuring group, while we're out there, do you think it would be best if we, actually, Felton, or Sylvan.
Yes!
Sorry, the way you said that.
Needed a
Yes!
Alright.
What do you
We
mean,
already have a
Doc?
little bit of a thing going about us, probably more so after this. Should we try to construct a cover that we're just going around for a particular task, or just for adventures in general?
But yes, I was thinking that we could go around and tell everyone that we are Ghostbusters. And we're home.
We haven't really busted ghosts. Skeletons, yes, but...
Okay. Well, maybe we're solving mysteries. That's an easy one. We've already solved one, the case of the milkman. But anyway, we should develop a cover story.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do so.
We could talk about it later tonight.
Alright. So, I think at this point, too, we're at a good stopping point, just because I'll have the guy coming in soon anyways.
Yep.
We,
Just one side question I would have definitely asked.
Sure.
Because Felton is a bit of person of logic, and I would ask, any chance we can ask the Great Fairy if she knows where the other Great Fairies are?
Wow, hacks. Hacks. Game hacks 2020.
Impa could definitely tell you, though. She said that it was on top of Death Mountain, behind,
Alright.
and her path might be included, but at the very top of the mountain, you would be able to find the Great Fairy. Just be aware the mountain is known to erupt, and it can be dangerous. And her cave entrance might be blocked. But if you cast your detect magic, you should be able to kind of find the source of it.
That's the one
Game
thing you can
hack.
never ask a game, which is, do you know the others?
That was like, hey bud, do you know where all the magic items are? Hacks.
The other one will say, though, that there is another fairy in the domain that Impa didn't even know, if you were asking the Great Fairy, though.
Okay.
Oh. Man, this will be... I guess it's really a question. What do you guys want to go for first?
Honestly, I think we probably have the best chance to deal with currently with you at the charge of that one with Zora. Because you would
Yes.
have some immediate leadway, and we might get some power to, deal with lava in case it becomes an issue.
All right, guys. I gotta end it here though. If you guys want to keep
Oh
talking.
yeah, I was probably just gonna talk.
Yeah.